right. Good afternoon, boys and girls, or good morning, depending upon what time you're tuning in. In front of you have this compare and order practice. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to just kind of work through some of these problems. These are some of the more challenging problems that we might see in 5th grade. And we're going to talk about some possible strategies that you might want to use. So your grade is going to depend upon you following directions, listening to the videos, using the strategies that we see or that are provided, and then finding the correct answer. When you're finished, you're going to take this document, you're going to log into Schoology, and then you will click up the appropriate answers so we can get a quick grade. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So that I know that you're listening to this video, I want you to go ahead and take your pencil and I want you to circle question number 1. Now I want you to follow along as I read. It says the table below lists the heights of some of the mountains in the United States. So we have the height of the mountains, we have the mountains on the left, and the height in miles on the right. So we have boundary with a question mark, we have cloud with 2 and 495 thousandths, Grand Teton at 2 and 4 tenths, and Wheeler with 2 and 619 thousandths. Our question says, the height of boundary is greater than Grand Teton, but less than Wheeler. Which heights could be the possible height of boundary mountain? Select 2 correct answers. So right now I'm going to zoom in on finding 2 choices. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to read that carefully. It says the height of boundary is greater than Grand Teton. So we're looking for something that's greater than Grand Teton, greater than this value, but less than Wheeler. So we want something less than Wheeler. So that would be this amount. So whenever I'm given questions like this, I think it's easiest to use a number line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a short number line with some endpoints. And my boundaries are going to be greater than Grand Teton. So that's going to be 2 and 4 tenths, but less than Wheeler, 2 and 619 thousandths. So I need something that's going to fit in between. Now I'm thinking this is 2.4 and this is 2 and 6 tenths, so 2 and 5 tenths would be about right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and extend my number line, because if you're in this black zone, then you're out of the green zone. We only want to find numbers that fit in the green zone. So let's see where these fall on their number line. So here we have 2 and 403 thousandths. So I think what I'm going to need to do to make this a little bit easier to look at is I'm going to add 2 zeros. Yeah, that definitely makes this easier to look at because we have 400 thousandths and 500 thousandths. And if this is 403 thousandths, then I know quickly that that's going to go right here. 2 and 403 thousandths. So I do like that answer. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little check right there. I'm going to move on to my next one. This is 2 and 0, 5. So that would be 500. So I'm thinking to myself, I'd probably be way over here. Be 50 thousandths. Yeah, 50 thousandths is definitely less than 400 thousandths. So I'm going to go ahead and cross through that one. That is not an answer that I want to choose. The very next answer says 2 and 389 thousandths. So now we have the 3 that we're looking at, and this is 4. So that would probably fit right in here. In fact, that's not going to work either. So I'm going to go ahead and cross through that. And so now I have this amount, 2 and 607 thousandths. So here's 0.6, and we have 619 thousandths, so this would be 607 thousandths. So that would be a little before, and that would actually go right here. So yeah, that's going to work also, because that's in the green zone. So I'm going to go ahead and get my check. So I'm going to go back to my question. Did I find 2 correct answers? Well, I found that A was the correct answer, and I found that D was a correct answer. All right, so hopefully that was helpful for you. Go ahead and mark your appropriate answers, and I'll see you for problem number 2.